The year is 1923. Our nation's most famous and well-remembered president, Warren G. Harding, stands at the pinnacle of popularity as he tours the western United States to connect with the people that love him so dearly. Rescuing old women from burning buildings. Foiling train robberies with his nunchuck skills while riding his trusty steed, former President Woodrow Wilson. And of course, dancing on the ceiling with Lionel Richie. But a vengeful Calvin Coolidge, feeling cheated for getting stuck in the vice presidency, works tirelessly to create a device that will send President Harding to the one place that he cannot escape from. The future. Behold, the time travel ray gun. With this, Coolidge was able to send Harding into the future, thus securing the presidency for himself and covering his tracks to make it look like Harding died from a heart attack. In what would become our nation's first major conspiracy.
Well, if you'll excuse me, I must practice my nunchuckery. Alright, there we go. Harding. Vice President Coolidge, what brings you into my office?
My birthright.
What got it? What is happening? Where am I? What? Party headquarters. Maybe they'll be able to tell me what the checkers is going on.
Well, it looks like the party is gonna have to throw in the towel for the election again. We just can't find that candidate with that special election-winning pizzazz. You know, gruff voice, martial arts skills, eyebrows that say, I mean business. Yeah. The other party has the election in the bag with their awesome candidate. If only I could find a candidate that could come in and take the election by storm.
Alright, the next wise guy who doesn't tell me what I want to know is getting bumped off.
Former President Warren G. Harding? How is this possible?
Alright, that tears it.
So here's me, having another typical day on the job, getting physically assaulted and all. But this time, it wasn't just any politician doing the assaulting. It was none other than long-thought-deceased former President Warren G. Harding. The gears started shifting in my brain, slowly at first, then somewhat faster, then slower because I forgot what was happening, then faster again as I tried to remember if I had set my DVR to record my favorite reruns of Family Matters. Then I blacked out momentarily from the beating. Then it hit me like a nunchuck to the face. No modern politicians had any good ideas for the party's platform. What if I could somehow convince former President Warren G. Harding to run for president in this election, almost a century later? I decided it was our best bet.
That'll teach you lousy Central Americans not to accept a free trade treaty with the United States. After all, I'm president of that country, you know. All 48 of them.
But sir, you haven't been president in a long time. In fact, for the past 90 years or so, we've all thought you were dead.
90 years. Why, that old drugstore cowboy Coolidge really did send me into the future. Imagine all I've missed in these 90 years.
Not much.
So, not the big cheese anymore, eh? America just all went up and forgot about old Warren Harding, did they? Oh, what am I gonna do now? Suppose I could go back into the paper industry. It is the only way people get news. Not those newfangled radios. Oh, Who am I kidding? I need to be president again.
Hey, it's okay, buddy. It's okay. In fact, I bet if you ran for president in this very next election, you'd win by a landslide.
I did only do one term before I was maliciously sent into the future. And Bones, you're right, Sonny. I'll run for president this next election, and you'll be my campaign manager. Say, what's your name, old sport?
Cliff Clunkerman, at your service.
Warren G. Harding, former and future president.
Well, we have got to go tell the media. Former President Warren G. Harding coming back to run? This'll make the news.
Oh, it sure will, Sonny.
Mr. Christopherson! Mr. Christopherson! Mr. Christopherson! Mr. Christopherson!
What is it, Melvin?
The polls are in, sir.
My goodness, who let them in? Melvin, you know how to put the blame around Polish people.
No, Mr. Christopherson. No, the popularity polls, sir.
Oh, what do they say?
Well, this election about had me on wits end. Not the right time to clink my glass. No, you just got caught up in the action. Well, there's no way this campaign could ever be in jeopardy. Well, boy, don't call me that. Well, Mr. Christopherson. No. Future leader of the free world? Yeah, that's more like it. Looks like we have another election in the bag.
Looks that way, Melvin. The party just can't seem to get any good candidates these days. Well, you know, dang, when you have to take something really unexpected to ever even come close to having a minuscule of a chance at a possibility of having a narrow victory over the election that I'm about to win.
That's right.
Oh, I love being me right now.
Oh, that's right.
You know what? I could even go on air with these numbers and say, hey, fellow Americans, I don't care what you think. I want to do what I want.
Oh, that's what you said on air last week.
I know it even affect my numbers.
Well, Lloyd, congratulations.
Oh, thank you, Melvin. It feels good. It really feels good. You know, times like this makes me want to call my mother. Just kidding, she's dead! Not the right time, Melvin. That was incredibly inappropriate.
Oh, I do apologize for that. You wanna see how the media is delivering this news?
Sure. Let's watch the news channel.
No, but sir, we only really watch the other news channel, the one that agrees with our party all the time.
I know, but I want to see how the news channel is taking this, how they're shaking in their little party boots. I want to see them just shaking in their party boots. Nothing could bring down this campaign.
Yes.
I take the biggest shock the world's ever seen. Well, if you'll excuse me, Melvin, I'm going to take a big sip of my beverage.
That's right, folks. You've heard it here first. Former President Warren G. Harding has stepped from the pages of American history into our hearts as he announces he's the party's candidate for this upcoming election.
Well, I don't want to hear any of your or anyone else's baloney about telling me how I can't be as effective a leader today as I was back in the good old days. Now,
Yeah. There is nothing that has happened then or now that will stop in any way President Harding's effectiveness in today's politics.
right, America's the same good old girl I left her back in the jazz age.
Well, I couldn't have said it better myself. Well, there you have it, folks. A man so historic, he may just be modern enough to be the president this country needs right now. In honor of the jazz age, let's all get out our instruments and get this joint swinging. 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay, I know this looks bad.
Oh, really? Melvin, how could you let this happen?
Okay, you're gonna blame this on me. Well, I wasn't really expecting for Warren G. Harding to come back from the dead and run for president again.
Really? Is that why I hired you, Melvin? To expect the unexpected?
Don't you think this is a bit out of the realm of the unexpected? I mean, this is something that would be thought of by someone from a madhouse. Or maybe the madhouse production. You know, they don't make good movies. Well, anyways,
I would leave, Melvin, before I staple a forged resignation letter to your sorry little pinhead!
Okay, well, you just take 5. Okay, well, I'm gonna let you simmer down until my life is no longer in jeopardy, so you just, you take 5. I'll be back.
Is your name Calvin Coolidge?
Yeah!
I've got something for you. Western Union. It's a letter. Actually, a bunch of us at the office were hoping you'd help us to shed some light on the subject. You see, we've had this letter in our possession since 1923, and it was given to us with explicit instructions to give it to somebody with your description who answers to Calvin Coolidge at this exact location at this exact time. There was actually a little bet going on at the office to see if you'd actually show up. Looks like I lost.
From Great-Grandpa Carl! Dear Melvin, if my calculations are correct, you shall receive this letter immediately after you saw that old fool Harding announce he was going to run for president again. Please forgive your dear old great-grandfather for springing the concept of time travel upon you like this, but I'm afraid I had no other choice. I sent that old Ohio good-for-nothing into the future so I couldn't do any more damage during the presidency that should have been rightfully mine to begin with. Now, however, he has landed in your time, Melvin, and in order to preserve the future of America, you must at all costs make sure your pal, Willie Christopherson, wins this next election. Trust me, no matter how popular he seems, Harding is a menace and must be stopped. It's left to you, great-grandson. Stop him from being elected at all costs. My goodness, it's destiny.
But do you need some help?
There's only one former president who can help me now. Well, how are you holding up?
Not well, Melvin. Really just not well.
Oh, you know, it's gonna be alright.
Oh, it's easy for you to say in Woodland Pixie Fantasy World. But here, in the real world, this campaign, everything, it's toast. Literally, it's toast, Melvin. We are literally pieces of bread being toasted in a toaster that's out of Warren G. Harding. My political life is over. My entire world is just crumbling apart.
Okay, well, it looks like we're going to have to stop Harding at all costs. And I don't mean some costs, or even most costs like a lot of people mean. I mean all costs, no matter how much money, resources, lives. He has to be stopped before he can destroy this country like some bushy-eyebrow tyrant. We'll fight him on land, we'll fight him in the sea, we'll fight him in the air, we'll fight him in space. Who's with me?
Melvin, you're insane. But don't worry. This entire situation is. I don't think Warren G. Harding's alive. I mean, think about it. There is no logical explanation to it. You know what? I bet we were just watching some weird old, like, funny, duddy little thing. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to turn back on the news, and we're going to see the logical explanation for it.
There's really no logical explanation, folks. Former President Warren G. Harding has arrived from the 1920s to run for president again, and it looks like the country's behind this lovable old president.
Okay,
Okay, well, now that that's out of the way, let's get to business.
Okay, good.
Okay. We'll see how far Harding gets in this election when I blow his eyebrows clean off. I won't let you down, great-grandpa.
Okay, Melvin, we have lost our privilege of flailing a gun in the air.
Well, it looks like we didn't return to normalcy.
I don't believe it. We announced your candidacy for president just an hour ago. And look at the numbers. We went from 15% to 48%. Imagine how far ahead you'll be by election time.
Cliff, your magic picture box speaks the truth. It's about time old Warren G. got the recognition he deserves. Not just any poor sap can be magically transported forward in time and then run for president of the good old US of A.
Exactly. I don't think there's anything the other party can throw at us that you can't overcome.
Oh, and don't you forget, Callie. Now, what do you say we go down to Yankee Stadium, get ourselves some 5-cent Cokes, and watch old Babe Ruth knock him out of the park?
Okay.
Attaboy.
Hey, Melvin, I forgot my phone. This is my life now.